Welcome to Knitting Daily, where yarn and fiber takes center stage. Join knitting expert Uni Zhang, crochet ace Kim Worker, spinning and weaving fiberista Liz Gibson, and favorite stitcher Shay Pendray. Get started with the world's most beautiful fibers and yarns. Meet trend-setting designers, improve or learn new skills, knit along with us, and make time for yarn every day.
We're going to start off today's show with Deborah Knight from Yarnmarket.com, and she's going to take us on a trip around the world, yarn style. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks. It's great to be here. Now, the first thing I want to mention is that a single yarn can have 3 or 4 different points of origin, because the fiber can come from one country, it can go off to be milled in another, dyed in another, and then marketed by a company in another country.
So it's its own little UN, all in one ball of yarn.
Yes, I remember once shipping a ball of yarn off to New Zealand and saying, "You're going home," because most of the yarn in the world does come from Australia, or the wool comes from Australia, New Zealand,
China,
and Eastern Europe now. Eastern Europe is getting big. We're also seeing increased production in Turkey, Uruguay, Peru, and Argentina. So the wools are coming from a lot of sources around the world, and then they're going off to other countries to be milled.
To be given their own personalities.
Exactly. And you'll see now the Irish, this first grouping is from Ireland, and there we have the tweed, which is traditionally Irish. And then we have from Britain a new yarn that is comprised of 4 different sheep wools, and it's an effort to re-energize sheep farming in the UK, working with Yorkshire mills. So that's a really nice project, and it's very popular, the yarn.
It's a beautiful yarn.
It is.
And then our next stop
is France, and France has some lovely mills, and France is also known for its beautiful Angora. When you're looking for the best Angora in the world, you'll want France, Hungary, or Slovak.
And our next stop?
We go to Switzerland, and Switzerland is producing some great yarns too. The company that does that one it was started in 1867, so they've been at it for a long time. That yarn company is as old as Canada.
Then beautiful.
Isn't it lovely? We go over to Germany. The Germans produce very, very high quality yarns, and those are 2 of the highest ranked yarns in the world. They're wonderful for felting. South Africa is the next one, and that's the grey ball. The South African yarns are merino, and then you can get some other blends coming out of there. That's marketed, though, by a British company. Then over to India. We have yarns that are made out of the silk that is remnants from the silk production. These are very high quality hand-picked remnants that are dyed and then woven into these beautiful, beautiful yarns.
So a high-class form of recycling.
Exactly. It's good for the for ecology, and it looks great on you. We go over to Mongolia. That's another interesting project. The villagers there were hunting the Siberian tiger, or generally endangering the environment for it. So this is an effort to switch the economy from one that endangers the Siberian tiger to one that spins camel yarn and markets camel yarn. So we're just changing their livelihood.
We're encouraging through yarn.
Yes.
And then over here to Japan.
These are beautiful dyed-in-the-wool yarns, and I have an example of a vest there that is made with these. We go to Taiwan for some other yarns that an American company markets, then to Uruguay, and the beautiful cape in the back is with yarn from Uruguay. Then to Peru, where again they're making some beautiful yarns right now. And to Canada. When we get into North America, we see a lot of smaller mills in small towns doing beautiful work. The large ball there is a blue-faced Leicester yarn, and it is, they say it's wool's answer to cashmere.
Yes.
And the other is Kiviot, which is from the underbelly of the musk ox, and it's 8 times warmer than wool.
And then we finish in the good old US of A.
US of A, and what would you expect is cotton We've got a nice organic cotton, it's undyed, and then we have buffalo.
Buffalo, which is not extinct. Here we are.
Yes.
Back with our own homebred.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for starting us off with an international approach to where our yarns come from. And we'll be right back with Shay on location with Marianne Issayer. She's a knitwear designer whose designs are inspired by Africa, Incan, and Japanese textiles.
Knitting Daily has been sponsored in part by Yarnmarket.com, a global resource for over 600 yarns plus books, patterns, and other knitting supplies. Yarnmarket.com. Knitting Daily. Make time for yarn every day. The projects and patterns from today's show, plus more ideas and projects, can be found on the web at knittingdailytv.com. This is show 211. Continue knitting daily every day by joining the online Knitting Daily community and receive a free newsletter 5 times a week, filled with step-by-step techniques, inspiring reader-contributed stories, and free patterns. It's about knitting all the time. knittingdaily.com.